Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. I have announcements, I have a lot of things to connect with you with, and also I'm going to be doing this live, connecting with you guys, and really understanding how to be present with yourself, how to be the I am, how to be consciousness, how to be connected, how to redirect everything in your life and purify where you're coming from instead of where you're going, but also understanding that you are tapping into a different algorithm of energy, you're tapping into different configurations of energy. And sometimes when you're going along the journey, you have to hold steadfast and you have to hold on to everything that is the form of attachment that you want to become and what you want to be connected to and how you want your alignment to represent everything that you do and that you project and that you connect into. So as you are connecting into this, you have to be transparent and you have to be present and you have to be aware and cognizant about who you are as a soul entity of love and light. You have to connect into the very fact that you are here transcending the human conditioning. You are here transcending who you are. And you are transcending and trying to become into balance with who you really want to be in this moment and what you want to represent, but also leading by your heart's desire and making everything an example and a representation of how you want to be dedicated and how you want to become source energy in this moment as you choose to be it, as you choose to reflect it, as you choose to ignite that flame of passion. And as you find something to live for, to find something to live, laugh, and love, and dream, and want to be connected in a way that is more sincere, in a way that is more direct, in a way that is more of your own alignment and of your own presence. And connecting into that, it means that you want to be a state of realization, a state of purity, a state of awareness, and a state where you can fully project exactly what you want into this existence. So as you are projecting fully what you want into this existence, you project the very fact that you can be whatever you want. And you choose to be whatever you want. And you choose to be exactly how you're supposed to be, purifying where you're coming from instead of where you're going. And when you see that, when you choose to be that, you choose to see the truth of what everything is, not what everything should be, or not what everything should be expected of you, or the expectations of others, or gaining something from something, but understanding that you are, in a sense, becoming source energy, wanting to realize more of its own true nature, of its own true bliss, of its own true connection, of its own truth and existence that it wants to be in this moment. So understanding that you don't have to be something that you're not. You have to just be your authentic self. You have to be yourself unapologetically. And you have to see that sometimes even in the midst of challenge or struggle or circumstances, or maybe your finances are not where you want them to be at this moment in time, or you feel like you're not where you're supposed to be at this time. But to be present, to be bliss, and to be the I am means that you become the representation of God's source energy. You become the example of source. And you're led by source because you're led by resonance. You're led by the truth of what everything is. You're led by the very fact that you can be truthful in this moment and you can live in the way that you want to live exactly. But you have to really want it and you have to choose it and you have to know that it's pulling you into a new direction. So as you are doing this, you are changing the narrative and the direction and the way that life is attracting to you, but also how life is becoming you. Life is becoming you because of everything that you represent, everything that you promote, everything that you say, everything that you do, everything that you act upon in this moment. You are becoming source energy fully realized. And understanding this is that everybody is trying to become something. They're trying to expand something. They're trying to share something. They're trying to share the very fact that they can use their gifting as a way of connecting to others, knowing and showing other people the way of how to really become an ascended master themselves. And sometimes it's not even in the midst of challenge that you find that out. And sometimes in the midst of your own emotions, you find that out. Sometimes a misguided thought could be the very thing that purifies the sense of who you are. So sometimes it's not even you being impure, it's you recognizing it, being cognizant, and knowing that you can act on something else completely differently. In that moment, you choose to do something much differently instead of what you were previously doing. So in that moment, you see that everybody, everyone, and everything is just a reflection for you and a form for you to really release everything in your life as it should be. Connecting into that will always allow you to see that everything is just a reflection of who you should be, of what you need to connect to, and what you need to become in this moment. So if you feel led to do something, if you feel led for a change in your life, you have to migrate into that change. You have to migrate into that change, know that it's yours, and to know that it's your connection that allows everyone to see a deeper portion of themselves, a deeper portion of who they are, a deeper portion of what they can become and what they can connect to. So in this moment, we can really expand upon the present moment here and now. We can expand upon the moment because the moment can change. We can change in this moment. We can choose to change and imbibe that change, but also transform and transmute in that moment, that you can be connected to Source if you really want to be. But you have to desire it, you have to want it, you have to make it your priority, prioritize your enlightenment, and experiment with your enlightenment as a way of truly connecting into everything that is sacred, everything that is whole, everything that you want to be connected to here and now. And seeing that spirituality and meditation is just a reminder of you being connected back into what you want to be connected into. And it's just you remembering who you are. It's you remembering and standing firm in the collective nature that you can be exactly what you want to be in this moment. You don't have to be locked into the things that you feel like you have to be locked into, but you can be free-flowing, you can be interconnected. You can be connected to the ways of expression and the ways of representation and leading by that example. And to never be locked in a box ever again, or a category or a false nature of yourself in this moment. But you can be really connected here and now and choose to be bliss, choose to be I am, choose to express yourself in the way that you express yourself, and knowing that the people that need to hear it will hear your messages. Everybody will know who you are if you stand in that authentic resonance, if you stand in that Shekinah glory, if you stand with that ability to be that sacred flame, and to know that you are what is shining a light on everything. You are what is reflecting everything. You are what's giving creation back to itself and allowing creation to know itself. So as you are reversing the reflections and generating those new illusions and generating that sense where you can be yourself wholeheartedly here and now, and knowing that you will have your moments, you will have your moments of disillusion, you will have your moments where you don't feel as connected as you should. But it doesn't mean that you're not connected. It doesn't mean that you're not who you are, but you are exactly what you need to be right now. And it's not the person that you're trying to become, it's the person that you're trying to love right at this moment. Connecting to the person that you are at this moment. And seeing that in this moment, you can truly, emphatically, drastically just change with the transformation, but also transmute the energy and connect it into something that needs to be more connected, more interwoven, more direct of its own nature, of its own sincerity here and now. And be able to just have a fire and a passion and a glory that shines in you. And then you feel like you don't need anything from anything. You don't feel like you need to even receive everything because you see that you're receiving here and now. You don't feel like you need benefit from someone else or a thing or an attachment to a place. And you don't feel like you're locked in an engagement, but you just live life as presently and as more in symmetry wherever you go in that moment. And home is where the heart is. Truthfully, at the end of the day, home is where the heart is. So it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter where you're at, it doesn't matter where you're going in your life or your journey. But in this moment, presently, you can choose to live it in any existence, in any form that you choose to live it in. It doesn't matter if it's a place, it doesn't matter what job you have, you can change that job in a second and have a much better job and then connect to that. If you have a dream that you've been putting off, you putting off that dream could be not allowing you to manifest what you are connecting into. So in that moment, don't put off your dreams, don't put off the things that you hold dear, and don't put off the things that you know that you need to do in order to manifest what you need to do in your life. Because at the end of the day, we can give up, we can stop, we can perpetuate this false sense of self, but we have to just be identified with something that generates a different allegiance, a different standard. When we raise the standard, then everything in our life seems to change. It's just the ability to just do a little bit better every day, just to stay connected, to stay consistent. And, you know, I have sets of chores that I do every day. I swim every day. I exercise every day because I know I want my body to be a certain way, right? You know, I eat, you know, food that is not just necessarily junk, but it's not necessarily the most healthiest thing on the planet. I eat like a fried egg sandwich every day. So that's something for me that I need in my space, that I need to stay connected to and stay consistent and stay grounded towards. So it's just simple things like that that keep you connected. And it doesn't matter how you express yourself. It just matters that you are expressing yourself, because so many people on this planet are very scared to express themselves, to say what needs to be said when it needs to be said, but also staying focused. And even if it means that you feel a little isolated sometimes, because on the awakened path, you may feel a little isolated sometimes, because I've been feeling it myself. So the reason why you feel isolated is because you have to do that in order to embrace an emptiness and a state of purity and a space of energy of your own vortex, so that you're connecting into that. That's why you feel isolated. That's why you feel so much different from everything that's in your present reality, is because you know that you are not that. You know that you are not this. And you know that you are not all of these solid things, giving meaning to these solid things. You're not any of these things that we assume ourselves to be. We have to lose the realm of assumption and the delusions that we believe in every single day. So it's just the ability to show up to your life as if you're meant to be there, and showing up and just demonstrating who you are. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. A lot of people are much different than me. Some of you are musicians, some of you are inventors, some of you are entrepreneurs, and some of you may not understand the spiritual aspect that I'm talking about, but we're all spiritual at a certain degree. Some entrepreneurs manifest much better than us. Some people who are scientists manifest much better than us. It's not about being spiritual, but it's about being the essence of Source. It's just being who you are. It's living in your meditative state. It's living by the consecration within that faith that allows you to exactly promote and project through using the throat chakra as a way of initiating a different state of dictation and a different state of using your words as a way of power, as a way of speaking things into existence, as a way of connecting to your existence. Because existence has a reason to exist and to connect and to reflect. So no matter what we do on this planet, no matter who we are, no matter what we do, no matter what we're creating at this point in time, we have to make the most of what we're creating or what we're doing. So make the most of your time, make the most of who you are, and just raise the standard just a little bit. You don't have to be David Goggins. I'm not saying you have to be David Goggins, but sometimes it's just kind of elevating the energy, changing the standard, changing the direction and the routine of your life, and just using a routine that works for you, using choices that work for you, using thoughts that work for you. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you to sit on your ass and just wait for manifestations to happen, because you do have to put in the work. And I've been doing it myself for 3 or 4 years, doing these lives, connecting to people, doing things online, you know, content and things of that nature, connecting with people. And I still do this every day. I do 2 lives every day. I connect with people every single day, because I know somebody is going to hear this message and it's going to change their life. And that's what matters. That gives it meaning, that gives it intention, that gives it life, and that gives it purification. That's all that matters at the end of the day. It doesn't mean you have to be the most brilliant person, the most well-trained, the most connected. It just means that you have to be who you want to be. And meaning, be that vision that you want to become. Allow yourself to know that you don't have to be like Tom Cruise. You don't have to be like Tony Robbins. You don't have to be like any of these other people, because they're not more special than you. They just tapped into something that they know how to do, and that's their bread and butter. Just figure out what your bread and butter is, and just focus on that, and just reinvent yourself every single day. And that's all you have to do. Every single day that we meditate, we're reinventing the wheel in a sense. So we're having an intervention, a reinvention, a newfound intention, but a newfound set of really affirming and confirming what we are, and really channeling and projecting what we want to be. That's all we're doing. We're all doing the same thing. We just do it in different ways. And so your truth is your truth, and my truth is my truth. But if you believe that you're a billionaire, there's nobody that can say that you're not. If you believe that you're the most beautiful person in the room, nobody can say that you're not that person. If you say that I have the most will out of anything in this world, then that is your belief, but believe in that wholeheartedly. And it's not just ask, believe, and receive. That's ridiculous, right? So what's ridiculous about it is that we can't just ask, believe, and receive and just think that all these things are just going to pop out of the sky, but it's about the right questions, the right hypothesis, the right theories, and the experimentation of your enlightenment that you want to become in that moment. So focus your intention and your sight on something that gives you meaning, that has a very meaningful impact over what you want to generate. And then when that is presented to you, and that new idea, that newfound intention, whatever it may be, allow it to be the vision. Allow yourself to place it on this stage of excellence. Allow yourself to tweak it, allow yourself to reinvent it, allow yourself to put whatever you need inside of it, that wisdom and that intention and that growth and that state. And then present a new routine, have repetition, focus on it, have obedience towards it, and have a consistency that's very persistent with what you want to do. If you're persistent, if you stay grounded and you stay committed to whatever you're doing in your life, it will manifest itself. It just takes time. And trust me, I can tell you right now that I think God is fucking slow. I can tell you that right now. I think the divine is fucking slow sometimes. It just takes time to manifest some things. But manifestation and meditating and using a way of deliberate creating and projecting and using different words and thoughts and things is not rocket science. It's just the ability here and now to tap into your heart's desire and to make it very pure, and to don't think that everything is just so damn hard. Don't think that everything is out of your reach. Don't think everything is against you. Everything is for you to make it and to really connect in a greater way. Everything is just a reflection for you. But if you keep playing the old recording, if you keep making the same experiences and the same choices and the same people that bring you down and the same thoughts, you're never going to change exactly what you want to become in that moment. So in this moment, you have to believe that you are anything that you want to be. And it's not just asking, it's not just believing and receiving. Believe that you're receiving all the time. You are a universal receptor. You are a part of that universal love. You are universally connected in the way that you want to be connected. So in this moment, just be connected of what you want to represent. Be connected to what you want to be connected to. And that will be your source of connection. So anything that you want, anything that you desire, anything that you want to channel through your space is only dependent and determined on how you want to be it, how you want to be inseparable towards it, and how you want to be connected to the very fact that you can be connected, and you give yourself that sense of purification and that permission slip to be connected. So we're going to do some healing energy to kind of wrap this up, but also to give you a sense of what it feels like to receive and to connect and to be able to have your guides help you and help you stay grounded and connected. So I have a new private session special, guys. It's going to be 30 minutes for $55, and it's going to be 45 minutes for $85. And 115 for an hour. So that's my new private session special. But we're going to do some healing energy. And around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing readings, sealings, activations later. But we're going to do some healing energy to help us connect into being bliss, to being the I am, and to being connected to our guides, our higher self, and our cosmic abundance here and now. So here and now, have a state of release, have a state of connection, and using this Kundalini healing energy as a way of quick release and then rejuvenation, activating the heart here and now, having Ashgar Command initiate a new light body within our presence, having Jesus give us a new timeline and a new emotional guidance system and a new sets of thought forms and existences. The Apostle Paul is going to rain down billions of light codes coming within our space. And then Mary Magdalene is going to help us connect to the magenta dragons, to tap into the monad, the I am presence, all 12 aspects of ourselves in different realms, different planes, and different universes here and now. Tapping into our Stargate, initiating through that portal of existence, through that portal of purity, through that portal where we can initiate different gateways, different examples, and be exponentially different and accelerated in the way that we are presence and awareness. So initiating this newfound intention and downloading Metatron's cube within the causal chakra. And being able to access our telepathy, our ability for foresight and insight here and now. And then as we connect to the pyramid of creation, we then are ascending even higher and accessing more sacred geometry, fertility, alchemy, a sense of being connected, seeing ourselves as a temple of God. And it's just purifying where you're coming from in this moment and knowing that your dreams, your desires, your intentions, everything that you want to attract within your life here and now are just in the state of infinite possibilities. This infinite intelligence just wants to become us, wants to be connected to us, and wants us to be connected in a way that makes sense, in a way that makes sense for you, but in a way that you can see that every time that you change the polarity, you change the direction, you change how it's being attracted to you, and you find that direction within yourself to see that you are intersecting and not disconnecting with everything that you want to be a part of. So different DNA strands of consciousness. It could be different timelines. It could be different relationships or experiences or fun moments that you have with your friends, family, and loved ones. So no matter what it is in this moment, you don't feel like you're wanting anything from anything, but you're just in a state of purification and reception. You're not trying to weasel your way through something. You're not trying to love and light your way through something, but in this moment, you're just receiving it. You're opening your heart to it. You're having a moment of clarity. You're having a profound moment of self-realization and self-preservation and self-love, meaning that you're choosing to empower yourself, to make different choices, to make different thoughts, to choose different words to speak over your life, and choosing to resonate in a way that is more sincere for you, in a way that is more creative for you, in a way that is more connected to the way that you want to be connected here and now. So therefore, you just channel out the world in that moment. And as you are that state of 0 point creation, where everything can be fully realized, the light comes crashing in, and then everything appears. Everything is aware, and everything is connected to what it wants to be connected to, in a sense. So therefore, you choose to connect. You choose to not go about life in the same way that you were going about it, but in that moment, you have a state of sincerity because you want sense and sensibility. You want a sense of being creative. You want a sense of innocence from your inner child. And you're not withholding anything from yourself in that moment. But in this moment, you're just opening up the channels to Source. You're opening up the channels for God to show up through you, to channel through you. And then you just tap in. You tap into your mind, body, soul. You give yourself a reason to be present, to be bliss, and to be I am. I am because you are, and you are because I am. So therefore, you are not attached. You're letting go. You're healing. You are, in a sense, not wanting anything from anything and becoming empty and pure and direct and realized here and now. And you're just changing the standard just a little bit. And you're just opening up even deeper here and now. So therefore, right here and now, you can just see that it's all happening inside of your transcendental consciousness, inside of who you are, inside of what you want to be, inside of what you want to create and what you want to generate. And that's fine. But don't withhold from yourself. Ask more of yourself. Channel from your heart's divinity. And with this healing energy, there is going to be Grandmother and the tribal women are going to help us ground into the earth. Archangel's love of light, who's willing to cleanse us of our work field, tapping into God's source energy and the great I am, and diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, grounding and ascending. And also we're going to have an African shaman give us a prosperity activation from the 12th dimension. And then Archangel Raphael is going to give us emotional healing towards the third eye, so healing any blockages in the third eye as well. And then we are going to experience healing from the dust-keeping dragon from Andromeda, helping elevate our chakras to accept our galactic chakras and our angelic chakras here and now. So in this moment, as the healing is coming to its finalization, we can break the chains of the past. We can release old patterns, old thought forms, old connections to past lifetimes. And also, in a sense, we can love ourselves greater. Love ourselves for who we are. And just transforming in this moment as a way of being delivered, being connected to grace, and being connected and know that all of the dreams and desires are right in front of us. And just because they haven't happened yet doesn't mean they will never happen in the infinite realm of possibility. It just means we have to stay consecrated, convicted within our faith to channel our heart's wisdom and to live in a state of tranquility, in a state of peace, and to choose to be the affirmations, be bliss, be I am, and be alive. To be present is to be alive. To exist is to project existence. And to exist is to transform. And every day is a repetition for redemption. A way to transcend the conditioning, to open up to something greater, to see ourselves as a temple of God, and to offer our hands in blessing as a way for the divine to shower the Shekinah glory in our lives. So now we don't want anything from anything. We are empty, we are pure for the light of awareness to come in to generate infinite intelligence so that we can be fully connected to our higher self, which means that we're being the oracle of love, light, and wisdom, which is God manifested in the human form. So everybody take one last deep breath. Exhale. When I snap my fingers, you'll come back to. You have a greater sense of clarity. You'll know who you are, and you'll become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom, which is God manifested in the human form, and so it is. So, that was the live feed, guys. Thank you for being a part of it. Also, I have a new private session special, 30 minutes for $55 and 45 minutes for $85 and 1 hour for $115. So I hope you really enjoyed the live. I hope you were connected to it. And around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to be doing readings, healings, activations. I hope to see you guys there. So this was my live. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you enjoyed the live. I hope it had you feeling connected and feeling interwoven with what you wanted to create and generate within your lives, and understand that sometimes manifestations take time. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to create what you want, and sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to recalibrate into it. So, this is White Wolf signing off, and so it is. Thank you guys, God bless, and namaste.